Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, people. It's me, Lainey, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today in the world of me drawing things, wow, look at me go. I am drawing some Minecraft mobs as cute girls, yet again. Yes, that's right, I've done this before. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you would know this, or if you've decided to go back and watch some of my old videos, I appreciate you. But I have indeed done this before about a year ago. I did these in more pixel art, but I was very new to pixel art, still am. I haven't really done pixel art since then, so I'm not a huge fan of how a lot of them turned out. I mean, they're fine, they're perfectly fine drawings, they're just not really, like, they didn't go how I wanted them to go, so I just kind of dropped the whole thing and didn't say anything about it. But here we are trying to draw some of them again. Now I have a lot of Minecraft mobs to do after this, but for today the ones that I have are the Ender Dragon, the Enderman, the Ender Cute Girl, the Blaze, the Creeper, the Ghast, the Spider, Cave Spider, and Zombie. Yep. One of my favorite things that I've decided to do is I did keep a lot of the original designs. That is something I did do, but I wanted to keep more of the personalities because I did think a lot about like what the personality of all the mobs would be as cute girls. Like I imagine the Ender Dragon some kind of badass, just like haha, look at me, I'm tough, I'm a dragon, I imagine her to be some kind of like almost gangster sort of, like she's in some kind of like mafia or mob, Minecraft mob. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, that's great. And I've also given them all like quotes, like I'm doing quotation marks, but marks, but I just like wrote little things. And the Ender Dragons is "I will end you," you know, and you know. I just gave her like grey skin, black hair, and she's very like purpley, and I like her a lot. And then moving on to the Enderman, or the Ender cute girl, she's very like, she wears a lot of dark clothes. She says, "Don't look at me," and because she's shy, you know, she doesn't like people looking directly at her. Because you know, in the game, if you look at an Enderman, they'll freak out and they'll come and attack you. I don't imagine she'll attack you, but she might freak out, and the freak out might end in violence. But she means well. She means well. Then the Blaze is just like, is it hot in here or just me? I'd imagine her to be like some kind of beach babe, except, I mean, I don't know if there's a beach in the Nether. I mean, I guess lava beach, but I imagine she's from a very hot climate. Or she's from the Nether. And she's like, she's tan, she's blonde, she's fabulous, she always wears like a bathing suit, you know the type. And if you don't know the type, good for you, I guess. Then we got the Creeper, and the Creeper just says, "Oh man," I imagine her to be a very nerdy sort of teen girl into the memes. I feel like she just has to be, you know, just creepers have always been a meme, I feel like. I feel like creepers are great meme. One of my favorite things about the Creeper, I said this when I drew her originally, was I wanted to make her hair really long and straight and then really poof out at the bottom, kind of like the silhouette of a creeper. So there's that. I tried to get like the general vibe and try to mix it in like with the Blaze. Her hair like kind of flicks up like fire. And the Enderman has like really long hair, then she didn't like pull it out of her face, it would just like completely cover her in darkness. And then the Ghast, she says, "Can you handle what I throw at you?" Because, you know, she throws those fireballs. What are they called? The like fire charges? But the Ghast has always been my favorite design. Even when I did these originally, my favorite design. She's like a princess who is like floaty. She's got the little tassels at the end of her dress, which kind of like the creepy leggy bitties. She's got like really big eyelashes. She's not crying in this one like she is in the last one. And she has a little hat that has a Ghast face on it. And I like it. I like the little Gus face a lot. And then we've got the spider and the cave spider, who I imagine are either like stepsisters or like good friends. And because of like, I wanted them to be together because I feel like they make sense when they're together. You know, they're kind of steampunky because I just because I want them to like be together sort of, and you can only really find cave spiders, in the caves, in the mine shafts. I imagine them to be kind of like miners, but then like I wanted them to be like cute girls, so they kind of ended up like a bit almost like a little bit of that gothic, a little bit of that steampunky vibe. They just got like goggles and like weird poofy skirts and tattoos, and they both have pigtails because I imagine the little hair ties that like tie up their pigtails to have like little baubles. I didn't really draw them, but I just imagine the baubles being like their eyeballs. So there's that. Oh, we're into the coloring now. Wow. I wanted to try and finish the explanation before we got into the coloring, but it's okay. But since the way I positioned it on the page, I couldn't fit like a proper quote like I could with all the other ones, so it just is an arrow that says deadly pointing to the spider and then poisonous pointing to the cave spider, because cave spiders are indeed poisonous. It was really hard to work with the color palettes for the spiders because like the normal spiders are just sort of like a blackish brownish color with like red eyes, and then the cave spiders are a little bit more interesting because they've got the red eyes and then they've got like the kind of blue. Well, like blue, oh no, kind of like a almost like a really dark sort of teal sort of color, and then they've also got like some black in them as well. And then last of all is the zombie, who says, "Just because I'm dead doesn't mean I don't have a heart." Her personality, I feel like she's very angsty. I feel like she'd be a poet. I don't know why, but there wasn't too much to her design because out of all of them, she's already kind of like a human already. She's already got hair and clothes and, she's already human shaped. So there wasn't too much interpretation. I've just made her hair really long and like floofy boofy. Yeah, and that's literally it. That's all I could do. Well, that's all I could do. I could have tried a bit harder, but I feel like I wanted to at least make them look like what they're supposed to look like, But I don't know. My favorite is definitely the Ghast, but I love all of these little girls. So let me know in the description down below which one is your favorite, who I should do next, and yeah, that's that. But now I can talk about other fun things, I guess, now that I've spoken about the drawing for a good 8 minutes. Can you believe it? I stayed on topic for a solid 8 minutes. If you're new to this channel, that's kind of miraculous, I would say. I believe it to be entirely miraculous. But since we are on the topic of drawing, and comment section, if you have anything that you would like to see me draw, please tell me down in the comments down below, because I always appreciate a good suggestion. Might not do it, but I will definitely not do it if you don't suggest it. Suggestions. But let's talk about my life a little bit, Let's do it. It'll be fun. Recently, Okay, this is what happened. In the beginning of the year, I wanted to try listening to an audiobook. And I wanted to get two different Harry Potter books, so I got a subscription to Audible. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? So I got that, and then I waited for like the free book that you get every month, and I got the first 2 books, and then I didn't cancel my subscription, and I ended up being able to get all the books, all the Harry Potter audiobooks, and did I get 1 or 2? I'm gonna check my Audible. Just give me a sec. I've since cancelled my subscription. I'm just like really glad that I did. Ooh. No, I just got told off by Audible. Yeah, I got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Quidditch Through the Ages. So excited to read those. I don't know why I got them. I mean, I do know why, because after I got the main books, I'm just like, I've got extra credits and I don't know what to do. There's no other books that I really wanted to, like, read. So I just got those. But, you know, I wanted to see if I liked them before I just sort of did it. But I'll definitely listen to them all. I really enjoyed listening to it, because the reason why I wanted to do it in the first place is I always said I'm never going to do it. I think it's stupid. But, so English class in year 12, we had to read Frankenstein, and they gave us a free link to a audiobook that's free on YouTube. And so I had the book right in front of me, the actual, like, novel, and I had the audiobook, and I had it on, like, 2 times speed, and it was, like, 6 hours long. But I sat there, and I read the book, you know, in front of me and listened to the audiobook. It made me slow down a lot, and I actually retained a lot more of the knowledge for when I had to do, like, the, all the tests and stuff about it, and, yeah, it made me really happy. I really enjoyed it. So, if you have trouble retaining knowledge for reading books or whatever, such and such, I recommend doing it like that. It completely takes all your attention. You're not listening to any other noises, and you're not focusing on anything else. It's a really good way to read a book, I think. But I managed to finally get through the first Harry Potter book. I decided to read it at normal speed, quote unquote read, which took 8 hours. Which I feel like is a ridiculously long time for the first Harry Potter book, but I want to read it nice and slowly, and then I'm like, wait, the first book is the shortest book, and I just checked the times, and the longest book takes nearly 24 hours to finish on just the normal speed. I might die, but it's okay. It's fine. But after my little Harry Potter rant here, we are nearly done with the entire colouring process. I mean, picking the colours was arguably the easiest part of this whole drawing. Yes, I've decided to talk about the drawing yet again. But the easiest part is picking the colours, because the whole colour palette is already decided for you. And that's one of the best things about making things like this. Because obviously the mobs have their own look and their own, like, distinct sort of character about them, and if you change the whole color palette, you're not going to be able to figure out exactly what the dealio is. So, you know, it's fine. But I really like how all the mobs turned out in this video. Oh, I'm so happy with myself. I always get really excited when I like my drawing, because, you know, if you're an artist of any kind, whether you write songs or books or whatever, you'll know that sometimes you just hate whatever you've done, and it's the worst feeling ever. It's like, wow, I really just suck. But then, like, if you don't have those times where you just sit back and go, you know what, I did a good job, I feel like you just get really upset with yourself. Definitely more when I started drawing. I definitely had that sort of mindset, being like, it's just not good, and I just don't like anything that I'm doing. But now I'm at a point where I do enjoy what I'm doing, even though, you know, some have told me it's very basic and it's very girly and colourful and pastel-y, and it's like, and then, I don't know, sometimes it does make me sad, being like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a bit basic, but I really enjoy how it looks. I really enjoy doing it, and it makes me really happy. So, I don't care. If it makes me happy, I don't care anymore, you know? Maybe I'm just crazy and, sometimes faking my overconfidence. But, you know, fake it till you make it, as I always say. If you can't do it, then what's the point? But I feel like I'm really tired. Today's been a long day, and I have some recording I have to do for Kermitcraft. If you're not watching Kermitcraft, I would greatly appreciate if you did. It's a lot of fun, but if you aren't into Minecraft, that totally makes sense, and I appreciate your decision. I don't know, I feel like it's just mostly me running around being like, I hate mobs, which I do. Okay, a fun fact, here we go. It wasn't really a fun fact, but I am a very anxious person. I'm an anxious person. I got lots of anxiety, boys and girls and everyone else. But oh, it's honestly really annoying sometimes, and most of the time I don't really notice it, not gonna lie. Like, if I've got something to do that's really freaking me out, I'll just sort of avoid it. But with video games, it really annoys me. My video game anxiety is annoying because all I want to do is just play a game, but I can't because it freaks me out. And it's frustrating, and I don't want it to be, but it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. And it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's kind of fine. But, you know, long story short, playing Minecraft can freak me out sometimes, and especially dealing with mobs. Like, I've never fought the Wither, I've never fought the Ender Dragon, I've avoid nighttime as much as possible. I'm the person who sleeps constantly. I try to avoid as much contact as possible. Haven't gone to like an ocean temple and tried to beat it like before it's converted into like a XP sort of farm. You know, never done those sorts of things. And I'm perfectly fine with that. You know? Like, I don't mind because all I care about is building. Literally, all I care about is building. But wow, we're really close to the end of the video and I have to do my outro. Why do I always do this? But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to do the YouTube things like comment, subscribe. You know what they are. Links has always been in the description down below. I hope you all have a fantastic Sunday wherever you are in the world. And if it's not Sunday when you're watching this, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. And I will see you all whenever I post my next video. Goodbye!